Welcome to Two Woke Boys, episode 219. I am Chris.
And I'm Cole.
And together we are Two Woke Boys. Boom. We are in the studio here, and we were not just talking about creatine.
No.
At all.
So we don't buy into that bro culture.
Yeah.
Let me get jacked at the gym.
Yeah, let me get a big barrel of powder and put it in my shaker bottle thing and walk around the gym with a jug that's like the size of a Donkey Kong barrel.
Yeah, and just carry my duffel bag around the gym.
Even though the gym says no duffel bags, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
when
no,
you're
yeah.
jacked
I'm
like
gonna
us.
carry my duffel bag around the gym, and I'm gonna go to one of the squat racks, and I'm gonna throw my bag down, and then unzip it, and then take all my gear. You
have those gloves with the no fingers, and they wrap around your wrists.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
80
some
times.
wrist tape and
Because
gloves.
I'm doing so many chin-ups and pull-ups that like my wrists will fall off my body if I don't wear these leather straps.
And then I'm going to take out my own clips for the bar because, God forbid, I use the one at the gym.
And I stole those from a different gym that's not this one that I got kicked out of.
Right.
For punching a hole in a wall at that gym.
Right. And then, I'm going to just...
Even though I offered to replace it with a Limp Bizkit poster.
Yes. Which they're in the news this week. We're gonna get to that.
I did see that. Yeah.
You better believe we're gonna be discussing that.
Any Limp Bizkit news? You heard it here first.
Right. Yeah, this is the top Limp Bizkit and Slipknot news podcast, and any related
and
bands.
Also feminine stuff.
Yeah.
It's really a hodgepodge of everything.
Yeah, we cover a lot of categories on this podcast, but yeah, we are not these gym bro guys, because gym bro guys, like, that they disrespect women, that they
because they care about their fitness.
Yeah,
and that's bad.
It's like, why are they lifting? I wonder why they're lifting.
Who are you trying to impress?
Yeah, not your girlfriend. You're probably just trying to get bigger and more muscular so you can upgrade to a hotter girlfriend. Bet you're doing that.
Are you lifting weights because you're saying your girlfriend's too fat to lift without lifting weights? That sounds like kind of fat phobic.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, totally.
Yeah, like if you're lifting weights, you're saying that the girl you're with is too heavy, so you have to work out to lift her up. So you're calling your girlfriend fat by working out.
Yeah,
you're a dick.
Yeah,
doing that.
Yeah, it's a few conclusions drawn there, but I support it. Yeah,
that's what this
podcast is about. We draw the right conclusions.
Yeah.
We say the right things.
It's like that that Charlie meme from Always Sunny where he's like got the pins.
Yeah,
and he's like pointing at the board.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Like always.
Yeah.
And behind that wall is a hole.
A lot of holes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except we're not. I mean, that meme is to portray like a crazy person, right? It's like, oh, this person is crazy. They're like a conspiracist connecting all these dots. We're not crazy. We're not crazy. We're normal. We're
not
just
crazy,
fine.
bitch.
Stop saying we're crazy.
Yeah.
Stop saying we're crazy. We're normal. We're totally fine. We're normal. We're not crazy. Stop saying I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not. So, this is a mental health podcast, and
that's what we do. We focus on mental health.
Yeah,
and
people
ours
are like,
is good.
People are like, "Oh, Cole, you need therapy." No, I don't. I did therapy once. I got kicked out when I tried to have sex with a therapist, and
like that's why didn't you do that? Like that's.
It's like
you're trying to heal me, right? Like, what's the...
You heal me, I heal you. It's like...
maybe some of us heal by physical touch.
Yeah, that is my love language.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. When my penis is physically touched, I like that.
Same.
Yeah, that's like
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing.
That's like a weird, different thing that we
but
like.
No other guys are like that. We're the only guys that are like that.
Yeah.
There's no other guys that like physical touch.
Yeah. Yeah, when you physically touch our penises and like and kind of go in a certain motion, like up and down, fast repeatedly. That's like that's like cool with
yeah,
us.
it's like a cool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like so it's like we like physical touch, but you know what else I like? I like receiving gifts.
Oh, okay.
So if you like give me a gift of your body physically touching my body, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like my favorite.
Are you going to give her a gift in return?
No, because that's not my love language to give gifts.
Yeah, that's not even one of the love languages.
Well,
giving gifts isn't even one. So, like, why should we give gifts to women?
The gifts love language could be like a giving or receiving. I'm just all about receiving.
Right.
And giving actually just doesn't feel as good, like, to me.
Yeah.
So, but if I kind of seek out a girl that like is a giver, because that's like a good like yin yang like kind of balance thing,
right?
Where it's like she's giving, I'm receiving.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
but maybe I give too. Like I'm gonna give her my penis,
right?
And she's gonna receive it, you know, with consent, of course,
right?
So that's my gift.
Yeah.
So
would you ever do something sexual for her that doesn't involve you getting off?
I mean, her getting off gets me off. But that's because I'm getting off while I'm getting her off.
Right.
You know
so she doesn't need to get off because when we get off, she gets off.
Yeah.
From that.
And if I get off, you need to get off.
And you need to get off and get out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get off and get out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's a good.
It's really that simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So like with the therapist, you know, it's like back to how I was kicked out and, you know, dragged out by security. Like the one time I tried to go to therapy.
The therapist had security like that.
Well, she had to call it in, but
yeah.
And they came
didn't just have like security around.
There is apparently there's like an emergency button under her desk for
like
dire situations.
She has like the bank secret.
Yeah, there is a red button down there.
Oh wow!
From what I learned, and it's like I'm sorry that I thought that, you know, I always hear that like, oh, women like when you're emotionally available, right? They like when you're vulnerable, when you open up to them, and it's like I'm opening up and being vulnerable and being emotionally available. And so, you know, what now?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to do that. And
your emotions of rage are so available for her to see.
Right.
When you're screaming at her, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, it's all out there for her to see.
Right. And to be clear, there was no, you know, she might try to say like, oh, he was acting violently. It's like, I wasn't acting violently against her. I was acting violently against the wall.
Yeah.
I never punched her. I did punch the wall.
The wall was really
right above her head.
For it. Yeah. The wall was asking for it.
It was. Yeah.
It was just there with no Limp Bizkit poster on it.
Yeah, and I did offer to patch it up, but at that point security was already there and it was a whole thing. So it's like, be careful when they're like, be careful about being vulnerable with women before, because it's kind of a trap. Like they say they like that, and then the next thing you know, security is dragging you out, and then security is calling the cops, and it's a whole thing. So
yeah, it's like you want me to share my emotions, but like you meant like you want me to like cry or something.
Right.
It's like
I mean, I was crying too. I was yelling and crying.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of all pours out at once.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I guess that's women's complaint with guys that we like bottle up. We like I did catch that fly by the way.
Nice.
That was very like
very athletic of you.
Yeah. Was that movie The Karate Kid? Then he'd catch like a fly or something.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I just did that.
Nice. Good job.
But anyway, what were we talking about?
Bottling up emotions.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so our emotions are like, I guess like with women, they say guys' emotions are like bottled up.
Yeah.
But it's like when you go to the club, what do you want to do? You want to pop bottles? That's what we're doing right here.
Yeah.
We're bringing out a bottle of the finest emotions, and we're going to pour it all over you.
Yeah.
It's like when you you're at a party and you shake that big wine bottle or champagne, and you like pop the thing and it goes everywhere and like, you know, almost kills somebody with the
the
cap.
cork. Yeah.
That's what our emotions are.
Right.
You know, or maybe it's like You know when they like send like a ship off to sea or whatever, and they fucking smash a wine bottle on the dock or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
And then do we threaten to kind of, hey, get away from us? You know?
Do we hold up the jagged bottle and like a
brandish it around?
Yeah. With and a crazed look in our eye.
Yeah, and you better hope there's not pool tables at this place because we will swing pool cues at people.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Pool cues will be swung.
Yes, they will.
And the boys played baseball, so we got some pretty tight swings.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, what were we talking? I don't even know at this point. But let's get into the topics because there are a lot of them.
We're talking about therapy. Love languages. Popping bottles. This podcast is just. It's a party. We just
cover everything on this podcast.
Yeah, it's a party. It's 219 episodes of partying.
Yeah,
and we're just good guys. You know?
Yeah.
Our mental health is good.
Mm-hmm.
Your mental health is bad, but you're trying to get better, so you listen to this podcast. Mm-hmm. And we think that you're trying to fix yourself, even though you can't and you suck and everything you do is terrible.
Yeah.
But that's good. You're trying. So
right.
You're doing your best.
Right.
Right.
We're like those DEI consultants that charge like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, to like go into colleges and companies and different corporations to speak, and we charge a big fee.
I'm speaking
to go around and tell people like, hey, by the way, you're racist. Mm-hmm. You have implicit bias and racism, and you're never going to get better. But like, you can listen to us and pay us money to maybe try to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, so we followed your instructions. So do we have to keep like paying for you to come back here? Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
In perpetuity.
Yeah.
Because your racism will never be solved. And it's just like our listeners, it's the same concept. It's like racism is one of the many sins of our listeners. Mm-hmm. It's like they're racist, they're sexist, they're homophobic, they're transphobic.
You're racist, and you need
less intelligent also.
Yeah.
That's why they have to listen to this podcast too. And you have to, it's not like me with therapy where it's like one and done. I did it for about a quarter of a session and then was done.
You had to pay for the whole session, which
I did, which is bullshit. I tried to argue for a prorated rate, but I'm still fighting that. But you have to keep listening to our podcast perpetually because you're never going to have your problem solved. You're always going to be extremely flawed. So you have to listen. The best
you'll ever be is listening to this podcast. And then as the week goes, you are getting slowly worse. And then you need to kind of re-up when the new episode comes out.
Yeah.
That's why we do our best to put out a new episode every week. Because we know if we don't, the world falls apart.
Yes.
So, you're racist. You need to pay reparations. Also, reparations is the name of our LLC. So if you want to pay that, we'll take care of the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So just make a check out to Reparations LLC.
Yep.
And then we'll figure out how to get that money to the cause.
Totally.
Yeah.
So yes, there's also our viewers. We cover a lot on this podcast, but we do cover the news, and this is the main source of news for most of our listeners. So we have to get into the news, or else they're going to be uninformed.
I would say that everybody that listens to this show is probably the most informed person.
Right. This podcast should be your number one source of news. So
I quit watching the news. I kind of read news stuff for this show, so I am really informed. And by informed, I mean, do I read the article title and then go off my immediate what the hell response to it?
Yes.
And then, I don't read the article, but the title, I got it from the title.
Yeah, that's enough.
And then we tell you, we read it.
Yeah.
And that's what this show's all about.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the aftermath of these two big hurricanes, Helene and Milton, And there's this story, suspect arrested after reports of threats toward FEMA operations in North Carolina.
It's pretty progressive that the hurricanes are the way they are right now, because Helene is like a woman and she really girl bossed, like did a lot of damage. And Milton sounds like a kind of a pussy guy.
Yeah, right.
And, like, didn't really do that much. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
We had a strong independent woman ravage North Carolina, and then some pussy guy named Milton kind of just reigned a little bit in Florida. So
I do like that. That is very progressive. So, so yes, a North Carolina man was arrested over the weekend for allegedly threatening harm against FEMA employees responding to Hurricane Helene, according to the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. William Jacob Parsons, 44, was arrested and charged with going armed to the terror of the public, a misdemeanor, Captain Jamie Keever said in a news release issued Monday. Parsons was armed with a handgun and a rifle. So the sheriff's office began...
Is that a militia, or is that just a guy with a gun?
It sounds like just...
It sounds like a guy with a gun.
Yeah.
What constitutes a militia?
I think you need multiple
Two
people,
guys
don't you?
with a gun?
Yeah.
That like need supplies from FEMA?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
so,
true.
So the sheriff's office began investigating after receiving calls that a man made the comment about possibly harming FEMA employees working after the disaster of Hurricane Helene in the Lake Lure and Chimney Rock area. Parsons was found later that day after investigators received information about the color and license plate of his vehicle. And let's see.
What is, like, so FEMA, right? Like, they have like employees or whatever, but like, do they work year round, or is it like those guys that are like mall Santas, like they hire them when they need them?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you don't really hear about them when
how would it be sweet to work
happening.
for FEMA when it's like not a hurricane season?
It's like you only have to work like,
what are you doing?
Like a few weeks a year.
It's like if you're a firefighter and there's not a fire, you're just like eating chili with your boys.
Yeah.
And like going down that stripper pole that's like in your thing for some reason.
Right.
Which, that's cool. Any job that we can work at and there's like a stripper pole there, that's pretty cool.
Yes. So there's these guys look like they're trying to cosplay as, like, they're in The Walking Dead or The Last of Us or some apocalyptic movie where they're like, all right, boys, let's get together, let's get our guns and let's go around in a pack and let's intimidate other people and try to hoard all the supplies and shoot any outsiders who try to come at us. It's clearly that's what's going on.
That's what these North Carolina guys are doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey guys, let's pretend we're big tough guys with our guns.
Here's the other thing too. All I know from what I've seen on like TV or whatever is like that FEMA is like bad, because it's like that's like the conspiracy stuff that like FEMA is like, you got to watch out for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, they put everybody in a quarantine zone and they're hoarding all the supplies and all that shit, So it's like, but aren't they supposed to like help or whatever?
Yes.
So it's like, but they've only been portrayed as like the worst thing ever on like.
Yeah, you don't really hear any positive press of FEMA.
And what is federal
emergency something?
Yeah.
Something assistance, maybe medical assistance. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Management Agency, got it. Oh. So yeah. Well, we kind of, do we like FEMA? I guess it depends who the president is. If it's a Democrat president, we like FEMA, right? We like the government. If the Republicans are in office, we hate the government.
It's like FEMA could be so good because if they had 2 more letters, they could call it female.
Oh,
and that would be cool.
I never thought about that.
How cool would that be?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why people hate it, because people are misogynist. They're like, oh no, the first couple letters of female are coming.
Yeah. That is probably why.
Jerks.
Yeah.
That's
why these racists are out here doing their little their little militia cosplay. Hey, it's
Sure.
not Halloween yet, guys.
Yeah.
With your little gun costume and your cowboy hats and your overalls, it's not Halloween yet.
Also, what is there a FEMA uniform?
I don't know.
What do they look like?
Yeah.
How do you like if someone's like, I'm with FEMA, and you're like, all right, with the Amazon delivery driver, they have that vest,
Right.
so it's like, okay,
They look pretty Amazon-y to me. Let's see.
what the FEMA dudes?
Yeah.
They just get like a golf shirt.
Oh.
They get a fucking golf shirt. Okay. All right, that's cool.
Yeah, just a little Amazon vest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. What are those guys? Like the gun guys to the left? of that
FEMA
one?
armed security officers.
That's pretty different than the golf shirt ladies.
Yeah. Different vibe.
Yeah. How do you determine which one you get there?
Right.
All right, we're gonna send the lady with the golf shirt that
And the
looks like she's
clipboard.
trying to sell you like cable subscriptions.
Yeah.
Or let's send the guy in the military fatigues with the AR-15.
Right. Yeah.
Same,
Different.
Same
So
organization.
yeah.
Do you want Spectrum cable or do you want a fucking military intervention?
You
know?
guys should be FEMA for Halloween.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Although we're trying to decide if we like them or not. We have to find out if because Republicans obviously don't like FEMA because they're like,
No.
oh, the government. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but we don't like.
Well, we don't like them, so that's,
So yeah, enemy of our enemy is our friend. Then.
yeah. So we
Do
like them.
FEMA?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's like we have to.
Send us an email and help
Let-
us figure out
Let's
what we're
see some
supposed to
public
like.
opinion polls and then we'll decide what we like.
Yeah.
We'll just pick whatever has
Mhm.
51% or more.
Yeah.
Because
And if you're a woman, we like whatever you like.
Yeah.
So-
True. Yeah.
So whatever. Oh, that's crazy that we both like the same thing.
Mhm.
You say first what you like. Oh, I like that too. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Wow. And then you like lean in for the makeout.
For the kill. And
Yeah.
they're like, hey, I just met you
They're
10
like,
seconds ago.
You're trying to pick up your coffee from Starbucks here through a window. It's like very awkward lean
Yeah.
through, like it's kind of far.
Uh-huh.
I'm like standing up in my car, like leaning into the like opening the closed window of the Dunkin' Donuts,
Right.
And then I'm trying to like reach around her to get donuts too. I'm like, get some. She's like, what are you? Are you grabbing donuts behind me? I'm like, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a whole thing.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
that's why we like In-N-Out better when the workers
Yeah, because they're outside.
The workers are out. It's easier to make out with them when they're
Yeah.
outside of the window and they're, we don't have to lean through both the window of the car and
Yeah.
the drive-through window.
And like the height of your car and their window, it's like it's kind of weird
Yeah.
sometimes.
Even you, and you're tall and you still struggle to.
Yeah, it's tough. I
get
got
through
long
that
torso.
second
I can
window.
get pretty far into the. I can make out with the lady on the grill, not even the lady talking to me. I can get around her. I can make a choice
Yeah.
of who I'm going to make out with. Oh, you grilling the burger? I'm like in there
Right.
with her.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why we prefer In-N-Out or Chick-fil-A, where they've got, when they have extra traffic, they have those extra workers on foot
Mhm.
to take our orders. And it's like, yeah, you can take something else too.
Yeah, that's right. I like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're like, we try to make a move and they're like, hey, I'm working right now. And there's a big line behind you. Maybe this isn't a good
mute
time.
the headset. Mute the
Yeah.
headset.
Yeah. And she's like, if you want to take my number, you can, but like, I'm on the clock.
Yeah, she's like trying to give us a number, and I was like, "Give me your number," and she's like, "Your number's 36," and you're like, "No, that's not what I was
It's
talking
not what we were
That's not
asking
what I was
for.
talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
We need more digits than those 2 digits."
Yeah.
So
And it's interesting. We do get a number every single time. We're never turned down. And they're totally real numbers, and they're not just giving fake ones because
Or
they're
it's like
intimidated and
the
scared.
number
And,
to the Chick-fil-A.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it is a 100% success rate of us getting numbers from fast food employees. Now, do they work, or are they their actual numbers? Not all the time, but
we know where you work, so we'll be back.
Yeah, yeah, we know.
Hey, remember us? Yeah. The
where
guy
you work,
gave the fake number,
where you work, and when you work. Yeah. So it won't be hard to find you again. So, we were talking about these guys with guns, these militia guys, and you might think of them as like typical right-wing Republican guys, but the Democrats are trying to win these types over, these real men, as as they would like to think they are. And there was this campaign ad for Harris Walls, which is just the most incredible ad I've ever seen.
It's probably the coolest thing of all time.
And we will be playing it and reacting to it right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Here we
I've
go.
got it here on YouTube. Do you have it too?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to play it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, let's see. Hold on one sec. We are mirroring here. We got it? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right.
Here we go.
Ready.
Man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man,
wait
man.
a second. And also, just with copyright stuff, I feel like we should probably stop it many times.
I think we'll be fine, because it's like,
I feel like we get wrecked on this stuff every time.
I think something like this will be okay.
Okay. All right, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to help the cause.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? And so what's happening is Kamala Harris, I guess what they're thinking is that Kamala and Tim Waltz are not.
They're not appealing to blue collar men,
or just men,
in general.
Any men in general.
Right.
So the team, which is, from this video I can tell, comprised of a ton of men,
totally
got together and go, hey, let's make sure we get all the different types of men that exist, right?
Yes.
And so, as you see right here, we have the first man, the morbidly obese, genderless farmhand guy.
Feeding chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is what a man is in the USA. He's
Yes.
a guy with a bucket that is morbidly obese, that does look, genderless, right? Like,
right.
Nothing that kind of, aside from his Party City kind of outfit of a man.
Right.
All right, so let's take a look at this guy. Here we go. All right. Why is it not? Oh, wow. It's freezing up here. It's playing on my phone and it's not playing on here. Oh,
God damn it.
Tight. Lost it. Unbelievable. All right. Let me reconnect.
Bring the out of my daughter's
Okay.
hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors
All right,
for
here we go.
breakfast.
I ain't afraid
Wait a
of.
second. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough. I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears.
That's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women. I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm man enough to support women.
Full-throated
Man enough to
endorsement.
know what kind of donuts I like.
Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I
The
refuse to
gym
ask for
guy
directions.
eating
Man enough
donuts.
to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it. I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
in front of my kids.
In front of my horse.
Raw dog of flight. See that
I'm man
internet
enough to tell you
thing?
that I cry at Love Actually.
Look, we
Good little
mentioned
hunch.
that.
West Side
We're
Story.
cool and in touch.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful.
That's not how my mama raised me.
I love women.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
Wow.
And so that is confirmed, not satire. I just want to.
Really?
I want to like.
Because it does seem almost like a SNL sketch.
It does.
Like upon watching it, you're like, this is like comedy, right?
I don't buy the farmer. That's the giveaway.
The farmer. guy?
You think it's like a satirical edit?
The farmer's too fat with man titties and.
You're saying you don't buy that that's part of the real thing?
No.
Apparently it is. Apparently it is, and they are all. So, all the cast of this commercial are all LA-based actors, and
Which is one of the where's the representation of that?
right.
I see everybody's pretending to be a farmhand. Nobody's like, I'm an actor. I'm a man. I'm an actor. Right?
Yes.
Why was that not represented?
Yeah.
It's all the stereotypes of like flyover state men.
Right.
Right? It's like, I drink whiskey neat. I punch women. I'm
Yeah. It's like if they're
I'm
gonna,
a retard from the South.
yeah. Why don't they? If they're gonna like try to portray those types of guys, why not go all out? Be like, I'm racist. I hit my wife, and I'm still voting for the woman.
They do need. They don't.
It's like,
have, there also was not a hood black guy.
Yeah.
Which you need that too.
Yeah, the black guy wasn't quite.
I mean, he was
quite hood enough.
It was cool. There was a black guy in there,
Right.
But you need like a guy from the hood because where's that guy?
You need that guy
Do
from
they think they already have them in the pocket? So they're like, don't put that guy in the
right. They need a guy like, remember that it was some southern state, maybe like Kentucky or Mississippi or something, for like a vaccine, like a get vaccinated commercial, where it's like this black guy
like,
in
I'm
like
out
street
wheeling
clothes.
and
He's
dealing
like,
and
he's like,
shit.
I'm a businessman. I'm on the streets. I'm on the streets doing business.
He's like literally
I know,
like in front of like a lowered Cadillac that like is like a stereotype of a drug dealer car.
It's like, I'm a businessman. What's my business? I can't say, but I'm a businessman. And I'm wheeling and dealing, making
I'm out
deals.
here in
and
these streets.
I got to be. I'm out in these streets, man, and I got to be vaccinated in order to make my. I can't get sick, or I'm gonna lose money in my business. So it's like them just
Like,
basically
what was
saying
that?
it's like, it's like,
Like, what are you
just
talking
say
about?
drug dealer. It's like don't say
But
everything
it's like,
else.
Also, it's like, is that guy like saying like he's like, look, I deal drugs, but I also pay my taxes and shit.
Right.
Like it's like he's like he
I'm
works,
doing my illegal business, but it's all above board. And
why is it like that? It's just crazy.
yeah, so they need that the black guy in that commercial wasn't like making enough references to being a like a drug dealer from the hood. So we need a little more of that.
Like what was that? I wish we could find that other one. The it doesn't. I don't think it exists anymore. But the one from the Biden campaign with the poets
The
playing
slam
basketball.
poetry. Yeah.
That was all. That was like one of my favorite ad campaigns I've ever seen. The two black guys playing basketball.
Yeah, that was
trying to get one to vote.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah.
So
that's on one of our older episodes. So if you
It
can
is.
go, it's like way back in the archive if you can find it. But
yeah,
you don't have to look it up, Alex. Don't worry.
yeah,
about
it's all good. We got it in the vault somewhere.
Yeah.
But
I was just telling the listeners to check out the basketball player.
I don't
It's
think
probably
they-
like
I think they wiped it, bro. I don't see it.
they totally wiped
don't
it.
see it
I've
anywhere.
looked for it many times after trying to show people how hilarious it was, but it's gone. But there is probably audio of it from like an old episode of the podcast. Yeah. It might be on Rumble, you're right. I
yeah,
haven't
so
checked on there.
so back to this ad. It says the director behind the video said it was made for a group called Creatives for Harris, adding that even while the video is tongue-in-cheek, the message of the video is true. The video is not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee, according to a disclaimer in the 90-second video, but it is shot as if it's an official campaign ad. Features.
Okay, so it is kind of fake, but they're like
It's
like,
genuine. It's like
no, they're like, we really think this,
yes,
but we're not like you know how like if they do like a political ad, they're like, this is approved by
right.
blah blah blah.
So so this
it's not actually approved by them,
right.
but they are like stoked that
right.
came out.
So it does appear to be a genuine attempt at swaying voters for Kamala, and it's not satire.
Yeah.
So,
and it just proves too that there's so much masculinity in the arts.
yes,
know? Like it's like go to an improv troupe and just try to not find the most masculine men. They're all there.
Right.
They're all zip zap zopping.
That's right.
With masculinity.
Right. Fox News Digital found IMDb pages for the actors, with most appearing in bit roles for Hollywood films or starring in low-budget films or short videos. So a couple of them are members at UCB, which we love that.
Mm-hmm.
And
nothing screams masculinity like the Upright Citizens Brigade.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, just improv in general. Right.
And it's not like... It's not that they couldn't find like any actual blue collar worker who would do this, and they had to hire actors to in LA to fake doing it because no actual like real life man who works one of these jobs would be down for acting in something this cringy.
Farmer guy, do you want to be in this film?
Want to be in this propaganda video?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing that people don't really get about like living in LA, where it's like you go to like any game show where they're like, hey, what do you do? And they're like, I do this. They don't do that. They are an actor. They are a full-time actor that does not have a job that was told to lie about their job on the show.
Correct.
Like what they do is they hire 65 actors to be on the show, and then when they go, hey, when we say like, what do you do for a job? What, like, don't say the actor thing that you're doing.
Don't say anything about entertainment.
Say the other thing that you're doing. Like if you groom dogs and are an actor, you're a dog groomer. Okay. So yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, so we love that ad, and we don't think it's cringe, and we think it's really cool and shows what it means to be a real man. And
I like the idea of like sitting, like they're workshopping. They're like, hey guys, like, all right, improv troupe, let's get together. We're writing a sketch. Hey, let's brainstorm. Like, what are like men doing?
Right.
You know, and they're like, oh, are they drinking whiskey neat? And you're like, oh, that's good. Are they like either like at a farm or something? Oh, nice. Yeah. They're on a farm. What else?
A Mad Lib of...
Yeah. It's like just plug in like what are stereotypical man things.
Right. There was a comedian I like on X who's like, oh, men aren't secure enough to vote for Kamala Harris? Well. Let's see if this political ad with... checks notes, my old UCB teacher dressed up like a farmer won't move the needle. And it's this guy.
That's the guy.
One of the guys at
wait, who's the
from
Who's
are we seeing it here?
That's funny. Who's the guy that wrote that tweet? That's funny.
Brendan Cooney.
Okay.
All his tweets are about his tweets. He has like a niche flapper. Like all his tweets are about flappers mostly. About 90% of his tweets are about. It's very niche, but I don't really. I've met him like once, so I don't really know him. But his account is hilarious.
That's a great bit.
Yeah, but anyway, we think that ad will move the needle, and it will convince people to vote for Kamala. And seeing things like that doesn't just make independents and maybe people on the fence just want to, like, it doesn't just push them away and being like, you guys are so out of touch and so cringe in every way. I can't be associated with this. I'm just going to vote for Trump. just so because I don't want anything to do with this bullshit, this fake bullshit.
Well,
it totally will not have that effect.
Well, it's like, you know, going around and, you know, screaming like, you know, it's time for men to get out of the way, or men are trash, all these like kind of ways that they say stuff in the feminist community, you know, like just belittling men or whatever, like, then they're like, oh, like, why aren't they voting for us?
Right.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I wonder why. You know?
Yeah.
But we're on board.
We're so on board. So we love that ad.
We are here for the girl boss.
Yeah.
We love, you know, Tim Walz is cool because he's a big knucklehead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He said that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a knucklehead. Yeah.
Who said like that? That's probably like, he probably broke the streak for the longest time that word has not been said.
Yeah.
To then bring it back.
Just bring it back. Yeah. I just realized though, I am pretty mad about that Kamala ad. You know why?
Why?
Because I wasn't asked to be in it.
Yeah.
Where's my fucking invite? Oh, you don't think I look manly? That's probably why.
Yeah.
They got all these farmers and guy in the gym and a guy sitting on the bed of his truck. What, do I not look manly to you?
Yeah, like
because I have a futurist
feminist,
female. Yeah.
A feminist man.
An extremely on the nose feminist outfit. Is that not manly enough for you?
Yeah. This is what a man looks like.
Yeah.
Men, it is like 90 degrees out, and we're wearing scarves and beanies.
And it's very hot and uncomfortable. Yeah.
That's because we're trying to keep our masculinity inside.
Yes.
So we don't want it to get out everywhere.
Yeah.
You know? And we will let it out occasionally, but it will be through a fist punching a hole in a wall.
At a therapist's office. Right above her head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15 minutes into the session.
Yes. So,
and she asked like no questions about you. It was just like, hey, what's your name? And then you just start screaming.
Screaming and crying.
I'm so mad. Fuck this.
Yeah.
She's like, why'd you bring a baseball bat? And you're like, I thought you did that thing where you like hit a pillow with a baseball bat.
Right.
She's like, I don't have any pillows. And you're
she's like, this isn't a
say goodbye to your wall.
This
lady.
isn't a smash room.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. You want to bet?
Watch. Yeah.
Watch this shit.
Yeah. We can make any room.
Fucking
we can make any
playoffs,
room.
And I brought my bat.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to October, bitch.
Yeah.
Like it's the postseason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's game 7, baby.
Yeah. You think Shohei Ohtani is bringing the heat this October?
You want to see somebody swing for the fence? Here it comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right at your wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's a nice diploma you got on the wall there. Just glass shatters everywhere.
Oh, we dropped out of school. We were going to be therapists, but fuck this. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to October.
And then afterwards, you know, look, that's pretty good therapy. After about 15 minutes, I feel good.
Really good.
I feel really, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
There are men restraining me, but like, I'm cool now.
Yeah.
I got it all out. So
right.
We can be chill, guys.
Uh-huh.
And I feel pretty well rested. I mean, I did pass out from them tasing me a little bit.
Right.
But I'm awake now and I'm good. So we can be cool now.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Yeah. And you guys can take this like, you know, this sleeping bag shirt off of me that's like, you know, it's like I guess they call it like a straitjacket or something like that. But it's cool, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me go.
Yeah.
Session complete. So same time next week, right?
She's like, no,
yeah,
you're not coming back.
I quit therapy forever because that was crazy.
Right.
So
it's like we tried to come again, but you won't let us. You won't let us. So
and it's like it's hard. Like it's like, what am I gonna bust up in your office now? You gotta get new stuff. So I need some time to kind of bottle up some anger.
Yes.
You know, because if I did this every week, I might like, oh, cool, you got like a stapler, and I'll just fucking smash your stapler. But
kind of running out of supplies.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for you to like really get a new office, get it all like decorated and real nice, and you think I'm gone, you know?
Oh, I'll be back.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
Yeah,
don't worry. These problems, I'm pushing them down. It's like a savings account.
Right.
I'm saving for the big moment, but that moment's coming.
Yes.
And then I'm all in.
Yes. Yes. So back to Kamala, there's this controversy with 60 Minutes. So 60 Minutes on Sunday failed to address the growing controversy that has engulfed CBS News after the network aired two different answers to the same question from its high-profile interview with VP Kamala Harris. CBS News has been under fire after Harris's lengthy word salad answer that was aired on the October 6th episode of Face the Nation to promote the 60 Minutes sit-down was edited out of the primetime edition of the show that aired Monday, October 7th. CBS has faced pressure to release the transcript or unedited video, as many question whether Harris's widely mocked answer was simply cut for time or removed to help the Democratic presidential nominee. The first episode of 60 Minutes since the controversy erupted aired on Sunday night, but the network did not inform its viewers of the situation or mention it whatsoever. The silence comes after CBS News has declined public comment on the ordeal, despite widespread calls for transparency. Harris was mocked by conservatives when footage of an unflattering answer she gave when Bill Whitaker asked why it seemed Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wasn't listening to the U.S. was aired by CBS ahead of the primetime showing of the 60 Minutes interview. However, the vice president's lengthy answer didn't make the final version, and a shorter, more focused answer to the same question was shown instead. It appeared to be two different parts of one lengthy Harris response, but critics of CBS have pointed out that Americans will never know for sure without seeing the unedited transcript. Trump campaign called for release of the full transcript. So, look, we don't see the problem here. It's like they're obviously just trying to condense stuff to fit into TV time limitations, so nothing to see here. There's definitely no biases at work, and they're not trying to prop up Kamala and make her look smarter and more coherent than she actually is, because she's already smart. She's already coherent. If you ever listen to her answer questions, you come away with the thought of, wow, that's a really smart person who I want running the country.
Think of how smart you have to be when someone asks you a question for you to say stuff for like 20 minutes and not say anything. That's pretty hard to do.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
And then maybe she'll start laughing too. It's like, that's cool.
It's a pretty genuine laugh.
Yeah.
I've seen women laugh before.
Yeah.
So I think that means she's cool.
Yeah.
So she's laughing at at a weird time, because they were just talking about like FEMA and needing to like get supplies to people or something. But, she's laughing, which means she's like bubbly and fun. So should vote for her.
Yeah, so we think this is a nothing burger here. We think it's totally fine, and CBS did nothing wrong. And look, even if CBS did selectively edit this to make her look better and more coherent, who cares? That's what the media should be doing.
I hope that they give Trump a shot. They have Trump on a CBS interview, and then they selectively edit his interview to make him
make it look worse,
like insane.
Yeah,
he might say something like, "They're eating the pets." He might say some shit like that again.
Right. They should. Here's what they should show in a Trump interview, and I'm going to cast this.
Okay.
I'm going to cast this to the TV here.
Go all the way?
No, it doesn't matter.
Mr. President, do you think you and your boyfriend are ready to go all the way?
No, we're talking about it. No, but he said, I want to go in. But he's been telling me that for 2.5 years.
Mr. President, do you think you and your boyfriend are ready to go all the way?
We're talking about it. No, but he said, I want to go in. I want to.
Yeah.
I love
so
that. That's very funny.
Every interview of Trump should be something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's a...
Yeah, I would love a 60 Minutes interview where they're like, "So Trump, are you gay?" Like that's all the question. And he's like, "Yes, I'm here to do it. I want to get in there. I want to." They just take all of his answers to make him look gay.
Right. That
would be really funny.
Yeah. I mean, he did. Did you see what he did with? He was speaking at some event and there was a guy in the crowd with a "Gays for Trump" sign. And he yelled out, "Gays for Trump." And Trump was like, "Oh, gays for Trump. You don't look gay. You don't look gay." And
really?
Yeah. And that wasn't the funniest thing ever. That was very homophobic. Oh, look gay? Someone can look gay? Are you saying that gay people look and talk any differently than normal people? I mean, straight people?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying? There's no difference.
That's right.
There's no difference. Are you gonna?
Are
you playing that?
Thank you very much. Where's gays for Trump? You don't look good. Where's gays for Trump? You don't look good.
So
it's crazy.
I know we're laughing about that, but it's not funny.
No,
and
it's not.
It's
funny
very
at all.
problematic.
Yeah.
And we prefer someone like Kamala Harris who has,
there's not been one genuine moment of anything. Like everything is a strategic planned,
right, calculated, and planned.
Even like the crowd, I'm sure is like cast to be in the thing. Like it's an improv troupe.
Like they got the full cast of UCB out there.
The audience at a Kamala rally is a like UCB like 101 class,
right?
You know.
Yeah,
like people are like, I wanted to do improv. I don't know why I have to like go to the Democratic National Convention. You know,
mm-hmm.
They're like just yes and the entire thing. That's what we're practicing, guys.
Right. So there's this. I'm just gonna turn this phone thing off. Okay, so we've got this. We always just run short on time on this podcast because we're so smart, and
it's crazy too. Because I mean, it's like there's no wasted time on this show.
No,
like this show is just like so tight, and like everything that we talk about.
There's no fat.
No,
we love body positivity, but there's no fat in this podcast.
This podcast has a 0% body fat rating.
Yeah,
you know.
So I just wanted to quit since I teased this earlier in the show. Limp Bizkit sues Universal for $200 million over unpaid royalties. That's right.
How could you like stiff the guy who talks about breaking stuff?
Mm-hmm.
You think that's going to end well? I don't think so. He's going to put on his best jean shorts
and backwards hat.
Yeah, and his backwards hat, and you better believe he's going to connect his wallet chain to his
hell yes,
to the hammer pocket of his carpenter jeans.
Yeah,
that are baggy as shit.
Yeah,
and he's going to come down there to Universal.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to. You better hope you have some.
It's going to be like us in that therapist's office.
Yeah,
breaking stuff.
That's right.
So this says Limp Bizkit was incredibly popular in the late 90s and early 2000s and has seen a massive resurgence in the streaming era. Their music has been...
Why do you think that is? The resurgence.
Us. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're the reason.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
It's because of us.
Yeah.
Okay? Is it like, what's that article say? There's been an influx of posters sold.
Yeah.
Of Limp Bizkit
yeah,
posters.
Spencer Gift stock skyrockets.
They're
interesting timing on that.
Exclusively Limp Bizkit and Slipknot posters.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
Their music has been streamed over 450 million times this year on Spotify alone. It was that resurgence in popularity.
450 million times. How many million times between the boys?
I mean, at least a few of those.
200 million each.
Yeah, right.
For the boys.
Yeah, we account for the majority of those streams. It was that resurgence in popularity that led Limp Bizkit frontman Fred Durst to wonder why the band hadn't apparently received any royalties whatsoever from UMG. The Hollywood Reporter spoke to an agent for UMG who said that Limp Bizkit was paid roughly $43 million in advances over the years. The band wasn't supposed to receive any royalty checks until the advance was paid back, but it was paid back thanks to all the royalties Limp Bizkit was making on Spotify. The software never switched to paying the band, though. The band said this error was fraudulent. Durst claims that by the time they discovered it, they were owed over $1 million in back royalties. UMG says such mistakes were one-off errors and has since paid the $1 million it owed. Nevertheless, the band is demanding an immediate jury trial. Can you imagine being on the jury for that trial? And Fred Durst is up there with his backwards hat.
He's got his nice backwards hat
all
on.
right, and his nicest baggy jeans. And
he's wearing like a really fancy black, like Jinko jeans, and
yeah,
the all blacked out backwards hat.
Yeah. So it looks like he and the band, they actually were in the right that they were owed all this money, and yeah, UMG, Universal Music Group, claimed that it just forgot to switch accounts over, but they were clearly trying to deprive Limp Bizkit of its rightly earned money, and I think, is that why we haven't been paid anything for this podcast too?
Yeah.
Is there some?
We need to go.
Is there some audio conglomerate that owes us like $200 million?
I mean, I feel like we need to go pay a visit to Universal and be like, hey, we're on the side. Limp Bizkit and the boys are coming.
Yeah.
To get our royalties.
Yeah. And we're going to get them. So we could do this the easy way or the hard way.
Yeah. I'll be like, this office looks like a lot like a therapist's office.
And
it's going to look like a therapist's office when we're done with it, if you know what we're saying.
Yeah. They're like, are you just saying that?
Like, you want to do therapy in here?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but you don't know how we do therapy.
Right.
Yeah.
The type of therapy we do, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get messy in here.
Mm-hmm. That's wild.
Yeah. So,
yeah, man. That's crazy.
So, yeah, hope.
Heart goes out to Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, we hope they get their money. We hope we get our money.
Yeah.
And
we need posters of us that you can put over a wall after you punch a hole in it.
Yeah, I've never thought about that.
Like, why aren't we putting posters of us over holes in walls? That seems like a good idea.
We should.
We did have an email here. If you want to email the boys, send us emails at TooWokeBoys@gmail.com. That's TOO WokeBoys. We would love to, give you advice. It seems like people like to reach out to us when they're in a dire situation.
Yes.
Or things.
Most of the time near death, even.
Yeah, near death, or they're about to die, or they're about to embark on a really serious
submarine to the Titanic.
Yeah, they're about to do something really death-defying, but then they won't defy death; they will just die. But, so yeah, a lot of times people reach out in that situation. But
yes,
but also people ask for advice, and we do have a lot of like famous people that listen to this podcast.
We do.
That reach out and need advice from us because they know that we're like really smart and can help people. So, but anyway, this person today, also people send poetry too. So if you want to send us your sick bars, we will read your sick bars for Poetry Corner. But anyway, so this person emailed, "Will I ever find love? Hello, Two Woke Boys podcast. I am writing in with hope that you can help me. I am a 46-year-old man whose wife cheated on him after 5 years in relationship. My ex-wife thinks that after a man turns 43, it is impossible for him to find love again. I have been single and so very lonely for so long. Nobody pays attention to me, a wealthy, attractive, well-groomed man who is strong on plow, 45-year-old man. I am unsure what my actual age is. Feels like it changes daily. I want to be less lonely. I want to have a family, make children, get married. Why does no one else seem to share these desires? Are they too woke? Am I simply too old? I desperately miss female attention, and the house I own by myself where no friends or family ever come feels empty. Just me, my acoustic guitar, my Bible, my skincare routine, and my phone. If the woke boys know anyone who wants love and the simply things I, a 48-year-old man, want, send them my way." Do you know who that is?
Judah.
They left the letter J.
Yeah.
So
I think we actually read that email before.
No, I think this was a different one.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Okay. It sounds very much like one that it sounds new to you?
Yeah, I think this is a new one.
Okay. I am pretty sure that
we've had guys like that email us before.
Yeah.
Because there are lonely men out there that need, to be loved, and they will post about it daily on their social media for some reason.
Yes.
Those guys are crying out for help.
Yes. And they want our
hot
advice
to women too, by the way.
Exactly.
Women think that's hot when you're crying about what a bitch you are on your social media.
Right. And crying, recording yourself crying about getting
the 9th take of you trying to trying to
get that
squeeze
tears
out of your, and you have like eye drops.
You got the tear stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we think people like Judah out there, they're, we wouldn't agree with like a posting. I'm going to say it's a bad idea to do once a day posts of filming yourself crying about how you can't get any women and how your last one left you. We think posting once a day about that that's not the right strategy. You should be posting 10 times a day about that, right? Because it's like...
Yeah, because think about it. If you put out one video into the algorithm, that's one
could
chance
easily
that
get
some
lost.
woman that will see you crying and be like, wow, he's crying. Let me go give him pussy because he needs it or whatever.
Right.
Because that's how women operate.
Yes.
They're very generous with stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is to post 80 times a day.
Yes.
Because that's just, you're rolling the dice, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything's
you got to play the numbers game. Yeah. So you got to spam the shit out of the algorithm
and make the same video 9,000
use the same
times.
B-roll. You can change the text.
Oh, yeah.
And use the same.
I mean, you can
B-roll.
even use the same text, just like kind of reverse it,
Right.
Like,
or put a different song on there.
Oh, that's a new video.
Yeah.
It's a totally different video.
Yeah.
Like I'm sad and everything's really pathetic in my life. Or I'm sad and everything's really pathetic in my life.
I just want to die.
The second one's probably a better fit for these videos.
Okay.
But make multiple. Use
or I'm really sad and things just suck in my life.
Children dying in the school.
That's a good one too. Yeah. That's a good heartbreak anthem.
Or I'm really sad and things are really pathetic in my life.
Yeah, that's a different approach.
Too,
yeah.
So you can do that.
Yeah.
I'm really sad. Things are pathetic in my life.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of different music options.
We just made 10 different videos for you. So it's like, if you're a sad boy, get on Spotify and just find a playlist and just make a front-facing camera video of you looking off into the distance. You can be on the top of your high-rise luxury apartment building. You can be at the beach looking into the ocean. You can be on a curb, kind of sitting like with you, like you're hugging your legs, all sad.
Yes.
There's tons of you can do. You punching a wall. Yeah. There's tons of things you could be running at dawn.
Yes.
There's all kinds of things you can do.
Right. So yeah, we encourage Judah to double and triple down. And if you're interested in seeing this guy's account, it is Judah4640 on Instagram. I only know that because I screenshotted it before he blocked me on Instagram for this guy here. So this is one of his banger posts. I'm lonely. I don't have a family. I want to get married and have children. Does anyone have similar desires? Just him crying.
Do you think do people think that they're going to post that and then there's going to be like a lady that's like, I'm a sad bitch?
There are. The thing is though, there are. If you look at his comments, there's a lot making fun of him. But if you look at his comments, especially, I found him on TikTok.
There's like women flooding this guy's DMs.
Yes.
They're like, I'm also sad.
Yes. I think
childless.
I think what it is.
Let's get together and smash.
Yes.
And then raise a family.
I think what it is like I used to think, like it could be a lot of things. Like some people think these types of accounts are satire. I don't think it's that. And I also don't think, I used to think it was just like weird, pathetic guys who are posting this. I actually think it's like a financial scam attempt to get like,
What do you mean?
to get like old women to like send them money. I think that's what it is. Yes, I'm going to be doing some more research into this, but I went to this
like
guy's
a reverse FinDom.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, because if you look at that guy's comments on TikTok, it's all like middle-aged women who are like, wow, I would marry you. I can't believe a guy like you is
would marry you? Like what? They're already married to like a guy?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
A lot of times their husband will be like in their profile picture, but that doesn't stop them.
Wow.
They're like, wow, how is a guy like you still single?
Wow.
You know, you're a really great guy. Women are the problem, not you. And then
women
they
are saying that to that guy.
Yeah, and then I think he DMs them or they DM him.
Wow.
And then he's like, here's my Venmo. And then they just send him. I'm going to do some more research to confirm this, but that is my going theory right now.
Wow.
Pretend to be a woman, make account.
Right.
And DM.
Yeah.
That might be good. Yeah. Yeah, send him some nudes and stuff.
Yeah. But if you're not a woman, you can just be a like normal, even semi-attractive looking guy.
Like how hot is that when a woman sees that? If they see a man like just unable to keep it together, like on social media, which is supposed to be like the best like thing that you're right. Like doesn't everybody put their best foot forward? And
oh yeah.
So I love that people complain about that.
Right.
They're like, it's all people putting out their best stuff. It's like, yeah, you should do that.
It's like you want people to be posting this?
Why? Like, I'm a sad loser.
Yeah.
Content. Like, that's what we should post.
Yes.
Okay. Really cool.
Yeah.
Love that guy. That guy's cool. Mental health is important.
Yeah.
That's why you got a front face camera, film yourself crying.
Yes.
Do that. You know, and then just check your DMs and hit on all the ladies that fall for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. And, you know, it's pretty cool.
Yes.
And then raise money for your trips abroad with your new wife that you might get. From,
my scamming
I'm sure if
elderly
you find
women on the
I'm
internet.
sure if you find women with that kind of content, those women are really cool.
Yes.
Those are probably the coolest women.
Definitely.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to plug?
I don't think so.
All right. Follow allies of the show, Malcolm Kellner and Jeff Sinisek on all platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Threads, I guess, too. Email the show, TooWokeBoys@gmail.com, TOO, WokeBoys. Give us 5-star reviews on iTunes and Spotify. We love your guys' reviews. Those are helpful for our show in the algo. Like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We need that. That's helpful. Also, you know, that's just where a dialogue can be started.
Yeah.
Right? So get in the dialogue and really, like, you know, say your piece about any of the things that we're talking about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, talk about maybe brainstorm some ways you can make sad content, you know?
Mm-hmm.
How can we sad content max?
I like that. Yeah.
We need brainstorming ideas for sad maxing content.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that would be called? Sad maxing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. We love that.
We just coined it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's everything. Share the show with your friends, all that stuff. Email us. I already told you that. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that. That being said, thank you for listening to episode 219 of the Two Woke Boys. I am Chris.
I'm Cole.
And together, we are Two Woke Boys.
Can you hear my voice this time?